Welcome to the Knoxville Comic Collective YouTube channel. For our first video, we thought we were going to do something. We thought we were going to do something special, so we have local writer and artist Matthew Adkins with us, and he is the guy who does this amazing book called Beeswax. So Matt, why don't you give people the elevator pitch? I know you hate to do this, so that's exactly why I'm making you do it.
It makes me so happy because when he came on the podcast, I was like, hey, give us the elevator pitch, and he just gave me this look.
He gave you the stink eye. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't tell because it was a podcast, so I was like, I can be as mean as I want because no one can see it.
I thought he was about to flip the table.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
I was grabbing the microphone stands trying to judge how heavy I could throw it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, so I'll start off with, before the elevator pitch portion, is that the design of the comic, let me pull this out. This is how prepared I was.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, I try my best, is that the art is supposed to be very simple. When you start with issue 1 and progressively go forward in the books, a child should be able to draw along with the comic and learn how to add details and go from kind of a simple cartoonist perspective to a more complex cartoonist perspective.
Yeah.
So it's also a teaching tool for kids. So you don't just have the comic and the story; you have another layer to it. So that's that's a big portion of what we like out of the book is having those extra layers and having things they're going to help kids kind of get to a different point. You'll see like little things added into his outfit. You'll see the background differences. Like we'll go from simple backgrounds to more complex backgrounds and show kids how to kind of layer up their stuff.
Okay, told me at 4
And then you'll see other people's more advanced versions of Beeswax. You'll see people bringing in all this gorgeous fan art.
Yeah. And it's a cool book because this book is for like all ages. Right?
Yeah, it's all ages. Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when they think indie comics, they think dark.
Everybody thinks it's aimed at adults.
Yeah,
gruesome.
Yeah.
But this is like for kids too.
We took the gap in the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I aimed for the spot where when I was talking to kids like in the middle school to high school range about comics, the big thing was kids that were artists would look at books and go, I don't know how to get from where I'm at to Jim Lee. He must have just started this way.
Yeah.
There's no point in me drawing.
Yeah.
And I felt that way when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I was like, before pre-internet times, the dark ages, you didn't know how to get from A to B. Unless somebody had told you like, hey, you need to go get this book and then do this and kind of walk you through it. You had no concept of how to advance your art besides just doing what you were doing. And then you'd see people that were great and you're like, I'm not going to be able to get there. This guy was just born amazing.
Yeah. That's why I think it's cool. And like Alex Ross, Jim Lee too, will post pictures showing, hey, this is what my art looked like when I was like in 6th grade.
The Jim Lee kid Supermans that are just like a triangle with stick figure arms.
Because like anything, a lot of it comes to practice, right?
Yeah, of course.
And what I dig about Beeswax is the style that you do in the book. You don't see that style really on a lot of books.
No, you really don't.
This book.
Really don't. And the thing that I also like really appreciate about the book is how easy it is to read. Like there's not. It's like you were saying. It's also for kids. This is a book that like a kid can pick up and read and completely follow along with the story. They're not going to get lost in exposition.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be very straightforward, and it's just a fun story.
It is a fun story, and I think what's also good too is like you've been really good at the publication of it. Like I don't think it's like on a monthly.
No, it's supposed to be bi-monthly. It's supposed to be every other month, and then depending on like my convention schedule and other things that come up, sometimes it gets a little delayed. But I try to get them out
on a good schedule, which is amazing for an indie book. Yeah, especially self-published indie books.
Self-paid for too, not going Kickstarter route.
Yeah,
I'll support it with my own money. So that's another thing
that's insane.
Yeah, when you talk to other indie creators, everybody's like, yeah, I did $2,500 on Kickstarter or whatever, and I got this done, and that's the end of the journey for them, really.
Yeah.
If other people's money are on it, then they'll bet on themselves. But for me, I was like, I'll bet on me. If people like it, they like it. If not, I've got a bunch of cool books, and I'll sit in my house and read.
Because it's unfortunate. You'll see that sometimes where somebody will do a really good, even Friends will do a good Kickstarter for that first issue.
Yep.
And
And then it'll
unfortunately,
just fall
that's
off.
the end of
It
it.
just
Yeah.
goes away. Yep.
For this to be on issue 3, and I know you've already said that you're already planning
We're
for...
written out for at least a full year. So
Yeah.
Full year?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So a full year ahead of this, and let me think. We've got another year worth of stories. All 2025 technically, and all the rest of this year is written completely. It's not drawn, but it's written. And then 2 spinoffs are written. Another book, 2 other projects that I'm on are like in the works. So
Wow.
you know, I'd say roughly a year and 6 other projects or something. A year and 5 projects, something like that.
Okay,
So
wow.
by the year
Yeah.
2030, we'll see the BCU.
Yeah.
BCU.
Well, you know what fans call it? Fans have taken to calling it Wax World,
Wax World?
Yeah.
That's
Amazing.
brilliant.
which I really enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Get
And
the
issue 4,
trademark.
I'm gonna write it into the
Get
book so
that
people know it
trademark.
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people like at shows and stuff who like will talk about the other projects and they'll be like, "Is this all in Wax World?" I'm like, "That." I don't know who started that, but whoever
Yeah.
came up with it first was brilliant. I
Yeah.
love it.
Mhm.
It's my
So-
favorite thing.
So, like, for those who are watching who don't
Sure.
exactly know what this book is about, like, what's kind of your elevator pitch?
Yes, elevator pitch
Just to
time.
get you back on track,
I almost
brother.
worked my way around it.
You were close. You were close. You can't
Hashtag elevator
fool me.
pitch is now flashing
I
on the
was like,
screen.
elevator.
I almost went completely around it without having
You
to
were
do it.
very close, but I was not gonna let that slide for anyone
Would you
who's
feel more comfortable
watching.
with an escalator pitch?
Oh, maybe an escalator.
Escalator
yeah.
pitch. I like that.
Mine's like the stairs, and there's a lot of floors. You know.
I don't like that
All
part.
right, keep trying.
pitch-
It's not gonna work.
The pitch for the comic is Beeswax, the hero, has unique powers. He has honeycomb portals. That's his power. He's a teleporter. So in Jazz City, the city that Beeswax lives in, there's a fire that breaks out, and he goes, as a hero does, to kind of help, see what he can do. Teleports in, finds a little girl in the fire, saves her.
Yeah.
When he goes to visit her later at the hospital, she draws a picture of him, you know, as kids do, as a thank you. And with that picture is another picture of a symbol. And that mysterious symbol kind of leads Beeswax on a journey into kind of the big bad, as you'll see.
Yeah.
And then it also kind of takes him into confronting other heroes and kind of the whole legacy of superpowers in Wax World.
Okay, awesome.
And where does the little bee mascot come from?
I don't know, honestly.
He's
I
great.
just like drawing them.
Yeah.
So they're kind of, it's not explained in the comics yet, so like I can't say too much, but there's 2 of them,
It's
and
none
the
of your
2
beeswax if you want to.
Yeah, it's none of your
I tried to
beeswax
get a
at the
beeswax.
moment.
You have to get one in.
Yeah.
So there's 2 bees that are always with Beeswax.
Okay.
And they're kind of like his, I don't know what you like, his familiars almost.
Yeah.
With these powers.
Yeah.
They're his direct line to the flower.
Okay.
Which is kind of like this great source of knowledge.
Okay.
You don't know too much about it yet. People keep sending me letters going, explain the flower. Tell
And
us
that's
about
awesome
the
that you
flower.
have people that are like
It's so
that into
Yeah.
the lore.
Yeah, there's people who
Yeah.
really want like the backstory stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, it's written. There's stuff coming that'll show you more of the backstory stuff.
Yeah.
But we're on book 3.
Yeah. We're on
We're
book
not
3.
on book 3. We're not jumping
Yeah.
all the way back.
I cannot wait to get the plushies and the Funko Pops
Same.
of those bees.
Listen, I'm ready. I have more fun doing the bees. I think. I
Yeah.
don't think it's in this issue. I think in issue 2, everybody was. Let me see. Yeah, in issue 2, there's a panel where I zoomed in on the bees.
I know which one you're
the
talking
boxing
about.
panel.
Yep. I know which one you're talking about.
That everybody was like, more of this. We want to see more of the goofy little bees, and I was like, I'm trying. Like I do. When people come to me for remarks, if you've seen my remarks, you'll see I always do bees. Like 90% of the remarks is going to be bees.
Heck yeah.
And I can say like your remarks. I'd seen some of the stuff that you did because you were at Nirvana like a couple weeks ago. And his remarks are incredible, especially the jam sessions that you've done with your
With
boy
Jake,
who's the artist for this cover.
Yeah, who did this gorgeous cover and did the fan art in the back. This is another version of the cover that Jake did. Dude, it's cool because I didn't get to do a lot of collab pieces before, and now like the more shows me and Jake do and the more stuff we do, when people come up and remarks, we're like, you want one of us, you want both of us, and then we kind of get to do sketch covers especially. Sketch covers have really been the jam pieces for us.
Yeah, the one that you did recently of Shadow of the Bat was incredible.
That was cool, right?
Okay, so to kind of wrap it up, like, where can people find you? Where can people purchase Beeswax? What's the best way to get in contact with you if someone's wanting to you know, have you do a commission or just get in on all the beeswax fun.
Sure. So Linktree is where you can find pretty much everything.
We'll have all this linked below in the description.
Linktree will be like.
Wait, let me do it because I've never been able to do that on a YouTube video.
Woohoo! There you go, Ryan.
Right there it is, yeah.
Somewhere down here.
Somewhere down here, yeah.
Maybe up here. Linktree will have all the links. Yeah, you got to put some in and post.
Yeah. I'm just going to make it as hard as possible on Mac.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Jerk.
But anyway, okay, yeah.
Linktree will have all the links. The store is beeswax.bigcartel.com. That's where all the new stuff gets posted. All the issues that are still in stock will always be up for sale on there. And if you're local, you can use code LOCAL, LOCAL, and that'll give you a free pickup. You can just pick it up in person, and then you don't have to worry about shipping when you're only, an hour away or something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Meet at a comic book store, and then you can.
Speaking of stores, you can pick them up at stores too.
You can pick them up at stores all over. You can pick them up at stores in Australia. You can pick it up at stores in the Czech Republic. You can pick it up in Kentucky, Tennessee, all over Knoxville. Almost every store out here has it. Nirvana has it. Comics Exchange has it. Everybody's got it. Louisiana, you can pick it up. Like, you name it, there's probably a store that carries it in your area. And if they don't, tell them you want it.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell them you want it, and then tell them to reach out to me, and I'll make sure they get copies.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can this Saturday, the 21st.
Yep.
From I think 11 to 8.
Yep. 11 to 8.
So you can do this before the game. Matt and Jake will be at Comics Exchange doing a signing
in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yep, in Knoxville, Tennessee.
So if you haven't got
all
issues
day.
1 through 3 yet, he'll have them on in stock.
Yep.
Especially one.
Limited supplies.
Sold out everywhere, right?
Yeah, one sold out. So one went through like 3 or 4 printings already, and I cannot keep them in stock. Thank you.
Good job.
I tried my best to keep it as much as I could. I had like certain numbers in mind, and I didn't want to print past that. I don't want to see it end up somewhere and just be a waste. I want people to have it in their hands.
Yeah.
So now we've got a combo pack issue out. There's a sketch cover that has issues 1 and issue 2 together.
Nice.
And it also fixes, there was a text problem in issue 1, and some people found it kind of hard to read just because of the font.
Okay.
And that's been changed in the combo issue.
Oh, perfect.
In the 1 and 2 issue, Max read 1 and 2 together.
Yep.
The font's all the same. So the 2, 3, and going forward, the font all matches. Whereas used to, 1 had a different font, and then we fixed it, and it was like 2, 3, so on. So if you get the new sketch cover, you'll have like the cleaned up version that has the better fonts.
Yeah. And Mac has been bragging about this book nonstop since it came out.
I appreciate that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Matt. We're going to let you go.
Yep.
Again, definitely Matt Adkins. Definitely all the links will be in the description below. Check this guy out. He is freaking awesome.
Thank you, guys.
And stay tuned for more videos. And always follow us on Sunday. We'll do reviews on our Facebook Live.
Yep. Follow us on Sunday for the Facebook Live, guys. All right. Thank you.